If you want to see me create a second look using the Estee Lauder Holiday Blockbuster 2022 palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. As I said in my intro, this is a second look that I'm going to create using this holiday palette. I'm trying not to blind you. This holiday palette from Estee Lauder. The palette seems to have 3 face products and 6 eyeshadows, but powder's powder, and I will consider these 3 face products as eyeshadows as well as I create some looks for you to give you some ideas on how to use these shadows. So essentially 9 shadows in total. I do appreciate the fact that there is a matte black that does help with blending, and I would say that the brown is probably not that pigmented, but it's really nice to have at least one deeper shadow in a palette like this. I am definitely going to use the face palette products as eyeshadows. I think that that makes perfect sense. On my eyes right now, I only have a base. I just have a base color. It's kind of like a light beige to help me with blending for the shadows that I'm going to be using. And what I have used so far is just 2 shadows. I've used the black and I've used this one. So these are the 2 that I've used so far. And I want to expand what it is that I'm doing and use some other colors. And as far as I can see, I don't want to use the black again. The first look that I had was with the unboxing video. That was my first use of this palette. I think I'm going to go with, believe it or not, these 2 colors and deepen up with the black and use these colors again as my face products, which makes sense because these are pretty much face products. So why not go right into the face products to give myself a little bit more color. And I'm going to go right into this blush type color. And hopefully it's not too much like a straight eyeshadow, or else I'm going to look like a clown. I've never tried it, so here goes something. Whatever that something is. Oh, and I have some black mark here. I had to take off some previous makeup to do another makeup look for you. Okay, and I'm trying not to go too far forward with the blush, and I may have even gone a little bit too far. So I'm going to take this brush that I tend to use as an eraser brush when I'm doing makeup to reduce the amount of blush that is forward. And let's go on the other side. It is a very burgundy color, so I have to be careful how far down I go. It's not a bad look. Again, just not going down so far. Okay, so I think that that is looking okay. And if I use it again on the eyes, it will really pair well, but on the eye I can use it with more intensity. And what I'm going to do to just get a feel for it is go back into this pan with a fluffy brush and just go into the crease and see how it's going. So it may be a relatively monochromatic look today as my second look with this palette. I'm doing one eye and I'll do the other eye off camera so I'm not wasting your time. The makeup application is always slower when you're talking and doing it at the same time, right? Okay, so it has quite a satin finish when it's put down with quite a bit of intensity. I'm going to just soften up the edge here. Okay, and I have hair on my nose. I had hair on my nose. Okay, I'm not unhappy with the color. I'm going to use whatever's left on the brush just on the inner lid. Something I like to do. And I think I'll bring that color down as well on the outer lower lash line. And for that, I like to use an angled brush, and I'm just going to bring it down this way. And we have to be careful with the kind of burgundy colors because it can give us a kind of a sick eye look, but it doesn't seem to be too bad right now. I'm going to keep going with this angled brush and actually intensify the outer lid with that same burgundy. That is starting to look really pretty decent. I'm happy. Now, somehow there's a brush that's losing a lot of hair and it's showing up all over my face. Okay, I think I got rid of most of it. Go figure. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I'm wondering if I really want to do much more. The only thing I'm seeing here is that it just went way too intense around the brow. I'm going to diffuse that a little bit. And we'll just leave it as is. It's a little bit better, but it went into my brows a little bit too much. But it has a decent amount of pigmentation, more than I would have expected. I'm going to go back into my angled brush and just add some more again in the crease, into the crease, and on the outer lid. I didn't think I would have a one and done shadow, but that might be it. I'm going to go in with this brush to do a brow bone highlight, and this is the highlight I'm going to use right here, right next to it. Just want to accent the brow bone. Oh, and it is a little bit peachy coppery, more so than I expected. All right, well that is what it is. And actually, really, when I look at it, this could be a done look, put mascara on and liner and be done. I do want to dress up a little bit the inner lid though. And what I'm going to use for that purpose is, just based on how shiny the burgundy is, I really think that I'm going to go in with its twin here and use that on the inner to center lid. I think it's going to look good. And my favorite brush for this kind of application is my multitasker brush from Smashbox. I almost said multitask. I said something weird. Anyway, multitasker brush from Smashbox, and I'm going into that beigey peach, which is also supposed to be a cheek product, I think. There are no rules. We do what we want. And I'm going to go with my finger and just add a little bit more intensity to it. It has some nice sparkle. And that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. It's very different from the previous look. The previous look was more of a rosy tone, and I think that it's looking okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. The last time I believe I used these two to do the look. So definitely a rosy, but still that kind of bling on the inner lid, and I'm not upset about it. I think it actually looks pretty good. So let me finish the look of this eye, and then I'll do the other side off camera. And one of the finishing products that I want to use is the Estee Lauder little black liner, I think it's called. It's the biggest liner I've ever seen, but it's called the little black liner, which is kind of funny. It gives you some precision. So there's a typical felt tip on one side. It gives you a lot of precision. And then another one that is a wider line to give you an opportunity to do a wider line if you want with whatever graphic liner look you're doing. I'm mostly going to focus on this side. I have used both sides, but for the purposes of what we're doing today, I'm going to take a mirror because I'm too far from the camera. I'm just for the purposes of today doing a basic upper liner application with a felt liner. That's That's as fancy as I'm going to get with this one. Okay, I think that looks all right. And I am ready to use my Sumptuous Extreme mascara, and hopefully I'm not going to smudge all over the place. It's one where I absolutely smudge on the side, the outer edge of my eye, and always have to clean it up because the wand is so big. I just keep messing up with it. It's not a bad mascara, it's just I get smudges on the outer and inner part of my eye because the wand is so darn big. I'm not quite sure why they made it that big. I'm confused about it every single time I use it. And I don't like poking my eye. It's not fun. Okay, that is the look for the one eye. So I am going to go off camera, replicate what I did here on the other side, and we'll take a look at the final look, and I will put the lipstick on as well. Okay, this is the final look. I'm pretty darn happy with it for a second look. I think that the kind of a nice mauve-y sparkly color for the crease worked out well. And I do like the combination of the rosy satin along with the sparkly kind of peachy look on the inner lid. I think it's quite flattering, and I think that it goes reasonably well with the lipstick that is not, you know, the red lipstick, but the more kind of more natural leaning color. I'm not unhappy with it, and of course the look goes with the cheek products because the cheek products were in part of the look. So I'm really happy with this second look using the palette. And as I said, if you want to see the first look, it's part of the unboxing video. So you can see what I'm looking like in that video. It was black and this kind of sparkly peach again. I'm really happy with this look. I think that it's very wearable. It's a dated everyday look. I don't think that there's anything far out about it. I think it's flattering, at least on my skin tone. I have a yellow undertone. I'm pretty happy with it. One thing to note is that I had a little bit of trouble with my right eye, but I think it's just I have an eyelash, I think, in my eye. That's about it, in case it looks more watery than normal. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm pretty happy with look number 2. I think it turned out well. You saw the application. If you want to replicate it, by all means, I would love to hear how it turned out for you if you did. And I'm good. I'm good with this look. I'm good with the second use of this palette. It is limited. I mean, I will say it's not a huge amount of product. But I think I'm going to end up doing a half a dozen looks with this palette. So if you have this palette or you're getting this palette and you want some ideas, just keep watching. I'm going to keep doing some looks for you and hopefully offer some inspiration for you to do your own thing too. So that's it. I won't belabor the point. I do think it turned out okay. I'm okay with using the palette. It's fine to create some looks. And of course, I'll let you know over time how the makeup wears, because I do wear it after I stop filming, and go from there. So that's it from me. I hope it was useful in some way, shape, or form. And with that, I'll say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, as always, take care.